Hello guys, Alan here and welcome to the most authoritative REVIT tutorial channel here on YouTube. And this is the final part of our ROOFS in REVIT series. So we are going to be talking about this final part. We're just going to talk about the roof display in floor plan view and some roof patterns, and finally we are going to end with the roof annotations that we have in REVIT. All right, so I'm just going to be quick about whatever we have to do in this final video today. And if you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please make sure you subscribe to my channel. Make sure you also like this video, and you can drop a comment in the comment section after watching the video. And if you have anything you want to add to whatever we are doing in this video, you can also drop that in the comment section, and I'll do well to respond to every single one of you guys. So now, without wasting much time, I'm going to get started. So when I head into level 2, and you're going to notice we have all the seal plates, this rafters in here. So I'm going to select all of this and select all instances visible in view, and then I'm going to delete all of this and also delete all of that. I'm just going to delete every single thing in there. And DE, so this was our project file we used for the other modeling that we did. All right, so we've deleted everything, is out of the system now. All right, so let's head into level 2. We still have some trusses in there, some rafters in there. Let me head into the 3D, and let me just select this and select all instances visible in view, and then just delete that out of the way. Okay, so this is perfect, it's deleted. All right, so now let's head into level 2. I think we still have one more at the top there, which is fine. We can leave that where it is. We are not going to even bother about that. So let me change this to hidden lines. Let me change this to hidden lines. Select all of this and just make sure I select all of this. Select all of those thin lines in there. You do not want to use them anymore, so we can select all of that, and then we can delete all of that in there, and we can change our view range setting. All right, so this is visibility graphics, so VR, and we can bring this back to how it was initially. So hit on apply, hit on OK in there. So this is what we have now. You're going to notice if we want to display the entire roof, all right, if we want to display the entire roof, you're going to notice we have some gaps in here on level 2. All right, I want to be able to see the entire roof, so this is actually a view range problem. So what you can do is you can hit on VR on your keyboard, or you can head into the properties panel, and when you head into the properties panel, and you can make sure you find that view range settings in there. All right, so you can move all the way in here, and we have this in here under the extents. All right, we have view range. You can click on edit, and then you can find that in here. So I'm going to use VR on my keyboard, and we have that in here. So this means that our cut plane is cutting at a height of 1200 millimeters on the entire roof. All right, so let me explain that to you guys. So let me head into any of the elevation views, and let me just draw this out. Just use an annotation tool and a detail line, of course. Just move this up 1200 and select that and move this all the way here. So it means that our cut plane is cutting the roof at this height. All right, so we have this height being cut for our roof. So when I head into level 2 and I want to see my entire roof, let me just cancel out of there. What you would want to do is you'd make sure you want to increase your view range. All right, and one thing you need to know is your cut plane. You make sure you increase your cut plane. Now your cut plane can never be above your top plane. All right, so you need to make sure you extend this a little bit. So I'm going to extend this to about 4000 millimeters. Now this is only because I do not have a floor above. If I did, I would have reduced that, since I don't have anything going even above that. So, and then I can change this to 3000 millimeters, hit on apply. You notice I still have some gaps in here. If I change this to 3005 and then I hit on apply, you notice I still have some gap. It means I must make sure I extend this a little bit, and then I bring this to 4200, and let me just bring this to 4200, hit on apply. I still have some more gaps in there, 400, hit on apply. I still have some gaps. I think I need to send this to 5 meters, and just make this 4,700, and then hit on apply and finish that. Then you notice we have that roof in there. All right, so now our roof is showing on in here. All right, so now some of you might want to change the style of this roof to maybe some of you want to see the floor plan beneath, and also change the boundary lines of the roof to a hidden line. All right, it's very simple. You make sure you change your underlay in here. You can change the underlay to level 1, and it's going to show whatever is under level 1 in here as your view extends. So we can change that also in here with our view range, and with the bottom we want that to go to unlimited, and we want this to also go to unlimited. Hit on apply, hit on OK, so you can see whatever is down there in there. All right, so now we can get into the visibility graphics and scroll all the way down, and make sure we find our roofs. All right, so we can click on the bottom here, and with the common edges we can even do that with the roofs. So I'm going to use the roof, and with the lines I'm going to override that, and I'm going to change this to some dashed lines. Hit on apply, hit on OK, and then you notice on our roof edges in there we have all of this also showing as visible as dashed lines in there. All right, so it's showing in there as dashed lines. So this is how you can get that graphics to actually show in there. So I'm going to get back out of there, and this is perfect. Let me head into the 3D view. Okay, so this is perfect. Get back into level 2. All right, so now I'm going to talk a little bit about the roof annotations. All right, so we have in there the annotate tab in here, and we have the spot elevation. All right, so this is basically going to tell me the height at which that eve is. So I can click in there, and I like to take that to about 45. All right, Balkan Architect also likes to take that to 45, so you can actually keep that straight, and then you move this in here. So this is going to tell us the exact height of that in there. You notice with this it changes in here. All right, so you can click in here, and then you keep that in here as well. All right, so we can do the same thing for this side as well. Now you notice we have the same 3665 in there for this portion as well, which is perfect. And you notice we have the same thing in there as well, which is also perfect. Now one thing we can also do is we can make sure we bring in our slope spots annotation in there. All right, so when you click on that, we have this showing in here. You can click on this, and you can click in here, and it's going to show all of those slopings on the other side. All right, so this is what we have. Put this here. Okay, this is what we have in there. Now one thing I don't want is if you want to change this actually to show just the degrees. All right, so I'd want to click on this, head into my edit type, and then when you head into the edit type, with this it's just the graphics. All right, so you can work on the arrow and all of that in here. All right, so now when you head into the units format, all right, we can click in here, and then we can make sure we use the project settings. All right, so I want it to be on degrees and 2 decimal places. So you can actually change that by yourself in there. You can change this to degrees, and then you want it to go to 2 decimal places, which is fine. So hit on apply in there, and this is fine. And I want to make sure it's bold in there. All right, so I want to make sure I check my bold in there, and I'd want to increase the size of my writings in there. So I'm going to keep this at 0. Hit on apply, hit on OK, and you notice it's showing that 30 in there, but it's not showing the symbol of that 30. I can click on this in here, get back in here, and then use digit, and with the unit symbol I can change this in here, and then it's going to change, and then use that unit symbol on all of the sides in there. So you're going to notice I have my text showing in that form. All right, so you can change the font text actually. All right, we can use the Roman, we can search and use maybe the Roman Times, and the leather, and this is fine. You have this showing down, this is fine. Hit on apply, and then you hit on OK in there. So you can change the text font of your figures in there, which is perfect. So we have this showing all of the slopes of our roofs in there, which is also perfect. So this is basically everything you need to know about the annotations in roof on your roofs in there. So we just have the spot coordinates, which we are not going to use. We are not going to use this for our roofs. All right, so it's just the spot slope and the spot elevation. You can actually use that for your roofs in there. So this brings us to an end to our roofs in Revit, and it has been an amazing journey all the way from part 1. If you're watching this video and you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do make sure you subscribe to my channel. I love you guys by force, and if you have anything you want to add, you can make sure you drop that in the comment section, and I'll do well to respond to every single one of you guys. So thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys in our next series. Peace out.
I'm still working real hard on a Saturday. My future I don't see from a mile away.